Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello and very good morning to all of you. I hope you are safe and sound. Welcome to Melly's Telegram classes. This is a grammar lesson for advanced level. If you remember, in the last grammar lesson we talked about the subjective case of relative pronouns used in adjective clauses. Today we're going to talk about the objective case, and it's also known as accusative case. In this case, the relative pronouns that are who, whom, which, and that are used as the object of the adjective clause. If you remember, in the subjective case, we only use who, which, and that. But in this case, we use all of the relative pronouns. The difference between who and whom is that who is used in subjective case, but it can also be used in objective case. But whom is only used in objective case. Secondly, if who is used as the subject of an adjective clause, it is formal. But if it is used as the object of an adjective clause, it is informal. But whom is always formal. Remember, they are followed by a subject and can be omitted. Unlike the subjective case of relative pronouns, in which we use a verb after the relative pronouns. In this case, we use a subject after the relative pronouns. For example, the car which I bought was very expensive. In this sentence, the adjective clause is which I bought. And if you see, which is a relative pronoun, and after that we have I, and that's the subject. It means that which is used as the object of the adjective clause. Remember, you can also omit the relative pronoun which from this sentence. You can also say, the car I bought was very expensive. Let's have some more examples. Number one, the book was good, I read it. If you want to make an adjective clause out of the second sentence, you have to remove a word that has a connection with the first sentence. And if you see, here it is talking about the book, which means that it has a connection with the first sentence. To make an adjective clause, you have to remove it and use a relative pronoun. Since it's the object of the sentence, we have to use a relative pronoun that is used as the object of the sentence. So you can say, the book which or that I read was good, which is formal and that is informal. Remember, you can also omit the relative pronoun. You can say, the book I read was good. Number two, I liked the man, I met him at the party last night. You have to remove him because it's talking about the man, and you have to use a relative pronoun that talks about a person. So you can say, I liked the man. Remember, in this case, you can use three relative pronouns. You can say who, you can say whom, or you can also use that. I liked the man, who or whom or that I met at the party last night. Out of these three relative pronouns, only whom is formal and the rest of them are informal. Example number three. I liked the composition, you wrote it. I liked the composition, which or that you wrote. It's a mistake to say, I liked the composition, which or that you wrote it. That's wrong. Number four. The people were very nice. We visited them yesterday. The people who or whom or that we visited yesterday were very nice. Let's talk about the last case of relative pronouns, and that is dative case. The relative pronouns who, that, which, or who function as the object of a preposition. In this case, we can use all the relative pronouns and they can be used as the object of a preposition. We can put the preposition at the beginning or at the end of an adjective clause. Remember, there are two positions in which a preposition can be used in an adjective clause. First, at the beginning of the adjective clause. Second, at the end of the adjective clause. If it is used at the beginning of the adjective clause, it is formal. But if it is used at the end of the adjective clause, it is informal. For example, the city which we live in is peaceful. Which we live in is the adjective clause. The relative pronoun is which, and it is used as the object of the preposition in. This is the first way, and it is informal. You can also say the same sentence like this. The city in which we live is peaceful. In this case, the preposition is used at the beginning of the adjective clause. And this case is formal. Remember, the relative pronoun can be omitted in the informal case. Like in this sentence, you can omit the relative pronoun. You can also say, the city we live in is peaceful. Note, a preposition can be put before which and whom, but not before who and that. You can use a preposition only before which and whom, not before who and that. For example, the music to which we listened last night was good. In this case, the preposition is used before which. You can also say the same sentence like this. The music that we listened to last night was good. In this case, the preposition is used at the end of the adjective clause or after that. But you can never say, the music to that we listened last night was good. That's wrong. Let's have some more examples. Number one, the meeting was interesting, I went to it. You can say, the meeting which I went to was interesting. The meeting that I went to was interesting. The meeting to which I went was interesting. Or, the meeting I went to was interesting. All of these examples are right. You can use any one of them. Number two, the man was very kind. I talked to him yesterday. You can say, the man to whom I talked yesterday was very kind. Or, the man who or whom I talked to yesterday was very kind. The man that I talked to yesterday was very kind. Or, the man I talked to yesterday was very kind. Number three, I must thank the people. I got a present from them. I must thank the people from whom I got a present. Or, I must thank the people who or whom I got a present from. You can use the preposition at the end of the adjective clause. I must thank the people that I got the present from. Remember, you cannot say, I must thank the people from that I got the present. That's wrong. Or, you can also say, I must thank the people I got a present from. In this sentence, we do not have a relative pronoun. It means we have deleted it. Number four, the picture was beautiful, she was looking at it. If you want to make an adjective clause, you can say, the picture which she was looking at was beautiful. Or, the picture that she was looking at was beautiful. This is formal and this is informal. The picture at which she was looking was beautiful. Or, you can also say, the picture she was looking at was beautiful. We don't have any relative pronoun here. This concludes our session for today. Do not forget the exercise that you have to perform after watching the same video. Remember, this is just a short version of our today's lessons. The very lesson is taught in complete details in our regular classes. Thank you.